Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm CashMMT, gonna be your commentator for tonight's matchup here, and oh my god, I am stoked for it here, as we got some high stakes here over in ESEA Intermediate Season 56. We've got Saltcrew facing off with CVC Retirement here tonight here, and on paper here, it should be a good matchup for us. Both teams coming into this one with 5 wins and 5 losses, and like I was saying, kind of adds to that high stakes mentality coming into it with us being in the final few stages of the season. So who's going to be able to collect this win here tonight? Will it be Saltcrew to kind of end their 1-game loss streak that they're unfortunately on here, while CVC Retirement has lost 2 in a row here, so both teams definitely looking to try and get a win back in the win column there. I'm also excited to see the 5 that we got here over on Saltcrew. They've got a very big roster here. Last time I spectated a match there, they actually subbed out a player mid-match as well here, as I think I'm noticing a new name in the lobby here. But it seems after the vetoes have come in, Nuke is going to be the pick of today here. It's actually going to be the 2nd time that Saltcrew have touched this map this season here. They got the job done in the first round of it there, 16-14 there. A very competitive game here. I'm curious to see if that experience is going to come into handy here tonight. But it shouldn't be too much longer until we get the show on the road. I notice all 10 players are connected. Shouldn't be too long, so don't go anywhere. We'll see you back in just a second. Indeed, no real downtime. Time for the action. Let's get this ball a-rolling here. And like I was saying, Nuke, the stage of tonight here. We've got ourselves a knife round coming up here. An impactful knife round at that here. On a map like Nuke here, you're definitely trying to shoot for being the team to start off on that CT side, as Gunk gonna draw first blood there to slice him and dicing. Traded away here, but the kills come back for Saltcrew, and Dog in a 1 versus 3. Actually does find 1 there back, but the trades eventually coming in, and Saltcrew using the knives, no guns needed. We'll win that first, it's a good word for it. I don't know, I want to say elusive round, but it's not really a round if you think about it, but the 50-50 coin flip kind of goes the way of Saltcrew, and just a matter of time until they opt for CT as well. Finding out gravity works. Kiwi jumping off twice there. Some suspense being added here, as hopefully it won't take too long for them to get readied up. Poor Kiwi, someone check on him. Oh, it's 3 jumps, I couldn't count, huh? But indeed, it's official, been finalized. Opting for that CT side, a little bit of defense to begin things off, and Saltcrew. What's on the agenda here in a CT side buy on a map like Nuke? Seems 2 HEs, 2 Molotovs, and a defuse kit with a smoke and flash. Actually 3 Molotovs, there's only 1 set of Kevlar. Very utility heavy approach here. Will it work to their favor, or can CVC Retirement find these unarmored players and get the kills that they're looking for? 1 set of utility and a lot of bodies sent over towards inner. Carl seems to be the first leading the pack here. Flash symbolizing the attack. Molotov goes in. Another Molotov over towards door, but they're going to get past it. And with these T's finding their way onto site here, they're going to find 3 kills, as Saltcrew not really expecting to be so far forward and indoor. Not sure what happened there. Maybe crashed or asleep at the wheel, but whatever it is, Kiwi's going to find 3 kills in the blink of an eye. Down to the 1 versus 1 positions known here. Carl versus Kiwi, the 3K versus the 3K in. Time not a factor. Carl just clinical there as he snaps to the left, and Kiwi, a valiant attempt, but just not meant to be. CVC Retirement on the board. Wow. Felt like the counter strat was there. I don't know if maybe some counter stratting was coming through, viewing the previous demos of their opponents, but with 3 Molotovs, that's an unusual buy there. The Molotovs felt like they went down in just the right spot there. However, the timing just a second or two late there in CVC Retirement. off that little starting round antic there. Able to pull it across the finish line. But still, amazing hat trick here. Still hung up on that last round a little bit there, but great shots coming up from QE up the vent there on a pistol of all things. Some hard angles, some hard engagements, but save round here for Saltcrew. They want to get the guns moving as soon as possible. You can't blame them. Round number 3 is really where they're going to look to strike back to CVC. Good chance here to expand to the 2-0, but caution being shown over here towards ramp. Kind of showing some face here, but not actually committing to it. CVC Retirement a little bit fearful that it maybe could be some sort of a ramp stack. After trying to bait out some sort of rotations in towards A is going to be the final destination. And oh my god, the 3-man stack delivers 3. Indoor. Desperately trying to save the day. Does find one in response here, but in the 2 versus 3, it's the flank of Fuzzy Hat. That might be the penultimate move. But looping around indoor, not done fragging here. Doubles up, and the secondary plant's gonna go down, but Fuzzy Hat, that flank that I was referring to, reveals his hand here and even works as a distraction for Shaake to come up the ladder here and flank indoor. Just levels to it there. As I was pretty much in my head thinking it had to be a 2-0 start there for Retirement, but no. A little bit lopsided there as the full eco stolen away. And just balls of steel there from Saltcrew. Another round where I don't know if they were just committed to this strategy or if knowing that CVC Retirement is going to go for a fake, be trying to hit a site. No one budged. Player with that USPS hiding up there in that horseshoe cubby, but hold on a second. Pistols might be just a devastating factor in tonight's match, but an entry frag, not much more to show for it here as the trades do favor Saltcrew, allowing the bomb to go down here as a little bit of a victory here for CVC Retirement. Money will be healthy in the follow-up round, and positionally speaking, it's something to navigate here in the 2 versus 3, but QE pressing the issue is proven to be on point here in these starting few rounds. Might have a chance here to get a second, but instead just hops on the bomb, and Carl, pinned in the smoke here. Fuzzy Hat, by process of elimination, says, well, he can really only be hiding somewhere in this smoke here, spams away, and eventually he meets his fate. I mean, this is a dream start here in the eyes of Saltcrew here. If you're going to lose pistol, winning the second round and the third is definitely the next best option. Now a little bit of a foundation created, financially speaking here, and CVC Retirement, an uphill climb here through the T side of Nuke here, as they actually aren't going to get a buy across here, even with that buy going down here. Didn't quite look at the numbers too closely there, but felt like maybe something could have been squeezed out of it. Another great opportunity for Saltcrew to continue. Phenomenal start to the CT side, but oh, caught in the open here, QE! Oh my god. Felt like indoor had him dead to rights, but QE figures out that he's exposed there, plants his feet, and just starts shooting back and lands the frag. Another multi-kill. I know I keep saying QE here, but how can I not hear 6 and 2? Some high octane gameplay. And oh, Matsuba, still at least finds one. All good. I got my one. Does hand over a rifle over to Dog here, but in the 2 versus 4, there really should be no world that CVC Retirement are pulling this one off. 2 different 2-man setups here from Saltcrew. 2 players stacked up on A, 2 players stacked up over towards B. It is technically 2 different 2 versus 2s if CVC Retirement can open a bomb site cleanly. Certainly easier said than done, and time definitely starting to haunt them a little bit here as we pass the 30-second mark here, and no clear end goal in sight as CVC Retirement definitely wants to strike a site here to ensure they get money after time. But push through lobby here. Gunk spots that bomb out with 15 seconds. He's just going to continue jiggling into the angle, and Dolphin, one by one, will feed the beast. Only one casualty as well taken in that anti-eco here. 6.5k on Fuzzy Hat, 7k on Huey, Gunk 5.5, and everyone pretty much having a buy and a half plus here in the tank here for Saltcrew. CVC Retirement. Got to put a retirement to these losses that they've been creating, and maybe they can do so with the AWP on Vita as the first sniper of today. Coming out in round number 5. Huey as well on the counter op here. I didn't even spot it there, and neither did Vita. Saves 2 rounds here. Did not even get to pull the trigger. Op scoop back up, dog. Gonna take a second swing at it here. Smokes off the cross in the meantime, and no follow-up duel. At least the beginning of this one. But a 5 versus 4 here for Saltcrew, and the positioning of Fuzzy Hat over towards Trophy is just gonna be activated. A shake through door. He's gonna find one as well. Dolphin wondering how in the world is this player in this position, then even gets struck from the side here. Saltcrew just playing lights out here in the early stages of round number 5. What makes that lobby push so potent there is the fact that there had just been an outside yard pick there. It's just not really expected from CVC Retirement for the CTs to really be aggressing in the 5 versus 4, but that little second of doubt there works to the benefit of them, and yet another kill inside a lobby here. Having a lot of success here in these sort of fights here as Saltcrew tally up a 4th. Indoor. And a couple snazzy kills come through from him, but practically committed to the save here. I mean, what in the world is he meant to do here? Everyone broke as well. Does he really want to save a rifle and have his other 4 teammates kind of on a different money point than him? Indoor though. The patience does pay off to at least force one player to have to rebuy on the side of Saltcrew here, but that 4th round win cannot be stopped, and a 3-round lead here on the CT side for Saltcrew. Smart move here from CVC Retirement. They see the game kind of spiraling out of control here. They deploy a tactical timeout, and they go back to the drawing board on what they're going to try and cook up. Maybe a fancy anti-eco strategy coming through for us, but financially speaking, with 2 to 3k apiece, the AK-47s definitely will not be coming out again here. But Saltcrew looking red hot. Can they keep this heat up? Will the timeout cool them off? Ooh, that's not tab. Kiwi and Gunk racing for that top spot there. 7-7 tied. And after the pause here, it looks like a Congo line being brought over here towards ramp. At least stifled for now with that initial first wave Molotov. Smoke will be thrown down preceding it here. Flashes symbolizes the attack, and able to at least shield himself around Fuzzy Hat. Putting up numbers, being run down, but on the fadeaway shot, support as well. Fuzzy Hat and Hot Soup combining for 2 more. And that was the bomb carrier being brought forward. Oh my god! What the hell are you doing, Hot Soup, as he burns Fuzzy Hat to a crisp. That's one way to get more ecos. If you kill your teammate, you can't get the frag away from you. In Hot Soup, we can call it a 3k there. 2 kills on CVC Retirement. And a 3rd kill on Fuzzy Hat. Captain's not going to be happy there. But jokes aside, it happens. And if there's any time to really burn your teammate alive, it's probably in a 5 versus 2 anti-eco. The best time to do it. But moving onwards here, another full buy from CVC Retirement, and they are just absolutely praying to God here. They can make it work. It is a CT-sided map here, but from my experience, especially at the intermediate to main level here, really the team that is able to just get an early lead here is usually the team that pulls it off here. Counter-Strike's just such a mental game here, and CVC Retirement, not only do they now have to streak through these rounds here, Also just got the mental pressure of doing so, as in the back of their head they know they're trailing by 4, but maybe a diamond will be created under this pressure here. CVC Retirement going for a little bit of outside control here. The cross smokes will complement it, and Carl, what the hell am I seeing here? Doors blown open, side shown to it here, but shaake is also caught lacking. It's a crazy sequence over here towards A, and after a little bit of chaos over towards door here, a 2-for-2 exchange, make it 3-for-2 as Carl finding the frag that might just tip the scale. It was a heavy A hold here for Saltcrew, but not enough kills shown for it here, and now having to work the retake for the first time of today. Player at the bottom of vent waiting to be activated here, as around through lobby, and Fuzzy Hat's just gonna be let out, and Kiwi just no-scopes Vita coming up the smoke. That round was just crazy from start to finish, and CVC Retirement, they find a way in the middling rounds there to get a favorable position, but it's just the firepower of Saltcrew to turn it on its head. Insane. Really though, what was more insane was that door fight. That was crazy. Both players, no gun out, not looking the same way, but moving onwards. It was a dub there for Saltcrew, and that's all that matters for them here, and continuing to pile on these wins. What the hell am I seeing in this game? We're getting Team Molotovs, we're getting Team Dinks off spawn here with the Glock. What more do you want in life? I wonder if that's that pressure thing that I was kind of alluding to a little bit there, kind of manifesting, as CVC Retirement doing some funny stuff at the start of this round, but no funny business here. Clinical headshot landing onto Hot Soup, but Carl offering up the side here, expecting, I guess, the only outside player to be the Heaven Cross spotter there. And just walks into Big Garage, giving back the man advantage entirely for free. And Indoor on the A bomb site has really pieced this one together here, probably flanking the A defender, and Gunk still spins around there, gets 85 points of damage. And what was a lost bot, and oh my god, Kiwi just shot after shot. No one's looking the right way though, as Fuzzy Hat just keeps finding frag after frag with his opponent looking the other way. Some more pandemonium into this 3 versus 2. shaake felt like he had the crosshair in the right spot there, however the spray is gonna fail him, and Dog and Indoor off the back of it will get 2 kills. Fuzzy Hat though takes a straight fight here, guns him down, and the follow-up kill as well. No gun duel required. It's the flames as Fuzzy Hat burns him to a crisp and scoops that one up. Pretty much the exact same situation as well. Another 3 versus 2 post plant there for CVC Retirement that they just let slip through their fingers there on that A bomb site. Fuzzy Hat, it just feels like he can do no wrong. Combined with Kiwi, I mean, 10-3, 11-3. Insane. That Hot Soup and Gunk are kind of in the backseat there with 8 and 7 kills. That's still very impressive, only 8 rounds in. Everyone shining. It's just a matter of who's shining more right now for Saltcrew, and perhaps a desperation play coming through from CVC Retirement. Their playbook is just leading to nothing here. They go for a W key in towards A, but after losing a player and getting just stifled by the follow-up utility, I mean, it's just death by paper cuts, it feels, as one by one, they're gonna feed Saltcrew. Now the wheels come off the wagon, however you wanna phrase it here. CVC Retirement a little rough in this round, to put it nicely. But Indoor, credit where credit's due. 8 and 8 there. All the crappy situations he's been put in, he has been getting at least 1 kill mostly before going down. I know Counter-Strike's a team game and all there, but there is some solace, at least personally speaking. You're at least doing okay against a good opponent. And what? This time it's Kiwi to get a freebie here. I was expecting Fuzzy Hat there to get another back offered up to him, but nope. We're walking through smokes, taking gambles, and Indoor Not meant for this world. Might be a quick night in the office here for Saltcrew. Again, what are we doing here for CVC Retirement? That is 2 rounds, and then a miss. I cannot believe it. I can't even talk, it's so crazy here, but more team damage being put off here, trying to break that window over towards the A-bomb site, and then a missed grenade as well over towards door there, which is pretty crucial as well to put pressure onto the CTs. I guess you could walk up and manually open that door, but some risk involved here. But moving forwards here, CVC Retirement, they have used their outside cross smokes here to at least get towards the top of secret, but we really haven't seen them take it too far beyond this point. And holding the left side of big garage here, shaake is going to reveal himself peeking from the right. Gets the jump on his opponent as now a man advantage shown for it. I didn't actually see Kiwi go down at the start of this round here, so we do have a 4 versus 4, but Fuzzy Hat over here towards ramp says it is closed for business. Lands a kill and just disappears as another frag back over towards outside for CVC. Over in the elevated position here, playing that horseshoe spot, Mustang spot there. Gonna lead to nothing here, and Gunk, the only other player to really try and do anything, is only gonna find 1 frag before being traded away. Whoa. Another missed grenade here. However, the idea was on point. Fuzzy Hat having been shown to have dropped down towards B at the earlier stages of this round. And with a priceless AK-47, without Fuzzy Hat being gifted a kill into it to make it a 1 versus 1, the Ops have really just saved the rifle here as CVC Retirement's first round win since the pistol round here. To get back on the board. The A-site curse has been lifted. But like every time that they got control of it there, things went horribly wrong, but they leave their lasting mark this time. But with pretty much unlimited money for the rest of the half here, 2 more chances for Saltcrew to try and push for double digits here on their CT side. Will CVC Retirement find a little bit of a late resurgence coming in? And I think I would have liked to seen CVC Retirement go more towards outside here. It feels like, positionally speaking, they've got a lot of room and had a lot of success with the gunfights over there opposed to inside. But right as I say that here, Caster Man, shut up. You don't know anything, as Indoor does get an opening onto Fuzzy Hat and pretty much just invites them down towards B. There's a rotate around towards single door, but Dog, having heard it here, will plant safely and isn't in a position to get spammed, but Carl, you know he's there. Walks into the open as shaake will take that freebie. Oh my god, I think that was a stutter step headshot through the corner of the wall, but whatever it is, this is a kill out of hot soup over here on the Indoor, and that's been the heavy hitter for CVC Retirement as a 3 versus 4. Has got to happen. Someone's on the bomb, and no one's heard this here. The cover fire from Kiwi. It's going to be more than plenty. 14 and number 15 as shaake just steals away the round. I don't know what Kiwi ate tonight, but it must have been pretty dang good here. 15 and 4. I know I keep bringing it up here, but it's just been pretty much the deciding factor, it feels like, in a lot of these rounds here, at least in the first half. And no streak for CVC Retirement. Only these 2 one-off rounds here, and best case scenario now 3-9 as Saltcrew looking to get disrespectful here, pushing through ramp. That was a cool little nade combo there. Throwing down the smoke there to bait anyone into kind of just standing there from the T side, but doesn't catch anyone off guard as Dolph. 99 points of damage taken. It does divvy out that frag there, and because of it, CVC Retirement in a good spot here in the 5 versus 4 in the final round of the half. But having pushed through ramp here, it has allowed for an A stack. Saltcrew not really expecting the B hit. And Fuzzy Hat continuing that push forward here reveals that at least one player's over here towards only one player over here towards A, and Hot Soup blowing open the smoke there saying Revealio, and two players just asleep at the wheel, just sitting there, not expecting that one. In double digits. Feels like it's on the tips of these Saltcrew fingers. And Dolph is 1 point of health there. A lot of angles to deal with. Was jiggling into it nicely. Gets headshot by the AWP. Overkill, and oh, Gunk. It's his turn to be caught lacking there, inspecting the rifle as he gets vent dropped on. And CVC, I'm sorry, Vita, able to get a plant because of it. With two players alive, the double swing is what's going to be the best course of action, and immediately Fuzzy Hat and Hot Soup playing the buddy system there. No trade required, just a straight win out of the duel there from Fuzzy Hat as puts a cherry on top of their 10-round CT side half. Impressive stuff. 10-2, very impressive. Even more impressive when you start to think that CVC had won that pistol round there. But still, a very CT-sided map here. CVC Retirement. They want to continue the show onwards. Another must-win round here. Time to try and streak away. We got 7 pistols for 5 players to hold their bomb sites. 2 sets of dual Berettas, if you catch my drift, and 2 sets of utility for Saltcrew. So we get to see where they use it. Door grenade blown open. Mini smoke down here, and with no one playing on A, it's a retake setup from CVC. And oh my god, how many times have we seen this? Just a player standing in the open. However, it's not going to lead to a casualty this time. Dog just tickled there by the Glock at that range. Shaake, though, able to at least taxi CT's one player before they drop in, but beyond that, they're just going to waterfall into sight here. Fuzzy Hat in a 1 versus 4 has looked damn good up to this point, but not meant to be. A CVC. Still life left in it. I thought the server crashed there. That was weird. Do you see that? Was that just me? I knifed Funky, and I made no audio for a second, but we are still live. Is it all just a pipe dream, though? Is it all just to get their hopes up? CVC Retirement still trailing by 7. The anti-eco went a little haywire for them last time in round number 2 here, but just one Desert Eagle and a Molotov here. Surely it should be a farm session for the XM. Ah! That's, I guess, 1 hit shot there, but no kills. Unarmored opponent only taking 70 points of damage. Shots to the leg, and Dolph clean here. As a pitter fire over towards B, as actually just left Dog here exposed on A. A smart move from Saltcrew. They showed 2 players dropping towards B there, and there's been a heavy reaction because of it. The second player also looking for this frag here. Shaake, at least finding 55 points of damage, but favorable spot in the 4 versus 3. Or is it the flank of Kiwi? The Glock's gonna fail him there in indoor. Holy shit, that was fast there as he spins around and returns fire. And if that kill had gone down, that would have been a 3 versus 3 with 2 players on a rifle here, and just maybe Saltcrew could have found a way to steal it again. But crisis averted. CVC Retirement able to win 2 rounds in a row, it seems, for the first time up today, and CT side might just be their best friend. No bomb plant possible there, but you could definitely see the thinking, the gears turning there for Saltcrew, and that's really what you're trying to do in those type of rounds here. At least make your opponent sweat, or at least do a little bit of damage, and I felt like Saltcrew did a little bit of both. Only 1 frag, but still, damage is damage. Now with the AK-47s coming out red hot here for Saltcrew. See what they've got in store for us here on their T side. Tactical map. some standardized utility here. CVC Retirement kind of prioritizing the early A hold, fearful of some sort of rush here, given kind of free reign over towards outside. The triple cross smoke here is gonna lead to Indoor just going for the spam, and the timing will work to his benefit. Atsu not getting a chance here to play in the round, and now Saltcrew in a 4 versus 5 in their first rifling round here will have to rely on some nice shots from someone in Fuzzy Hat, just the man for the job. I don't know what's going on over here towards A, but this is 2 rounds in a row here that someone has walked out through Hut and killed the top Hut player without any sort of reaction. It's going to invite them right in towards A, and QE just so crisp here tonight here. Misses the first, but commits to the tap fire and eventually lands the one that he's looking for, and will pave a pathway in towards A. Dog and Dolphin, the 2 D-Dogs here for CVC Retirement, start off the retake swimmingly here as they remove the door player. But shaake and QE, you know at least one player's coming over through that single door, and they spot out the second member coming through heaven as QE just a cleanup duty to take out the last. And like I was saying there, not to really rub salt in the wound there, pun intended with the Saltcrew name, but I don't know what's going on over there towards A. There's no way that someone's able to walk out Hut twice in a row there. And that time there wasn't even any sort of distraction. I guess there was 3 smokes over towards outside, but fundamentally speaking, someone's got to be watching that or be aware that that's a possibility. And CVC Retirement off the back of just giving up an A pick, felt like that was what lost him that round. And oh, Carl pissed off about that last round. It's a dirty double headshot there into QE. So we get a repeat situation, a 4 versus 5 here in the early round, and Saltcrew trying to make it down towards lower. Are successful as Fuzzy Hat. Chopped down to 28 though. And this is kind of all in here. Yeah, they've got shaake over here towards lobby, but he's really just playing for the vent rotate from A. Players in secret need to have success, and maybe shaake delay those rotates even further. Does find a little bit of damage into Indoor, but that removes that sort of lurk factor here. Trying to describe. Words are hard. Just like this round win, does seem like it's impossible here with 30 seconds. Gonna take a kind of a mistake over towards the B-bomb site from CVC. To allow them to get it down and win this one out. And okay, well, there's the mistake that we're looking for. Carl playing an angle here that definitely favors the AK, and alright, Dolph is just gonna offer up the same thing there. I mean, I hate to be super critical here, but I genuinely think that might have been one of the worst ways to play the B-bomb site in this situation. Trying to play a retake situation on historically one of the hardest bomb sites to get back into, and spotting with an M4 like that, I mean, Dunk, he's just playing aim labs here. I mean, clicking heads there, swinging in once, twice. And just like that, Saltcrew, I was saying, this round might have been over here with 30 seconds, 3 versus 4 there. Forced into the B-bomb site, but no siree. And with match point in the back pocket here of Saltcrew, they've got 8 opportunities here to collect their 6th win of the season. And money definitely not the brightest here for CVC Retirement. When it rains, it pours, and for right now, torrential downpour over their heads here as, excuse me, only 3 rifles, a pistol, and an MP9. What? Missing the hut jump here. Carl is going to take 16 points of damage. We have seen so much environmental damage / utility damage this game. We've seen it once on the side of Saltcrew. I'm not going to point all the fingers here at CVC Retirement, but for the most part, CT side is definitely been the one giving up that damage. Dolph, though, spams away a player, it seems, as Vita will go down to a crispy headshot of the AK QE. A player pinned over here towards the CT blue box, and indoor, not realizing that a player could be so far forward here. The flashbang just still ringing in his ears. Goes down for free in hot soup. At long range will support QE as feels all but over. That missed grenade was actually perfect. As Fuzzy Hat doesn't throw it where he wants to. The player walks through at that exact moment, eats the grenade, and it's just formalities from this point forward as hot soup and gunk. Another kill apiece before calling it a night there. 13-4 in CVC Retirement. Getting decimated there. And it even started off smoothly there. I mean, winning that CT pistol there, just lose the second round there. Saltcrew just taking advantage of that momentum and never looking back. So definitely looking strong on a map like Nuke here. 2-0 on the season here in the regular season on it here. So definitely props to them for pulling that one off. But let me see if I can run down a player here for an interview. If so, we might have a little bit more of some action here. And indeed, it does look like we're going to get an interview. So give me a minute here to pull him in here. We'll be right back, guys. See ya in a second. Uh-oh, clicking around. Ah.
Well, I woke up on the lobby floor. Yeah, last night was some kind of war. I'm coming down like a waterfall. I check my phone, but you never call. Lost in the ceiling, caught up in the ceiling. I can't seem to let it go. Locked in this cage, I've been stuck here for days, and I can't seem to let you go. You pull me up and I put you down. You gave me love, then I stole your crown. You let me in, then I pushed you out. Pushed you out. Come let me make up for all these pain. I've been a mess tied by all these chains. Open my eyes, now I finally see. Shut the key, yeah. Can we be free? You pull me up, yeah. Can we be free?
Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm joined here with Shaake here after a phenomenal performance there on Nuke. Tell me, how do you think that map went for you guys there?
Let's go, baby. It went perfect. All the boys are firing on all cylinders. It's all we needed tonight. We ended up trying to scoop this main season together to see if we can finish it out strong. But luckily, these matches have been coming pretty easily to us. So hopefully we can keep the train rolling.
Hey, well, rooting for you guys. That's definitely going to put some steam in the train there, without a doubt, there with a performance like that. And kind of like you were saying there, it definitely felt like everyone was firing on their A game here. So how do you guys feel about Nuke here, with that being your second time on it there? I mean, it was a dominating win, but a close win last time here. I mean, 2-0. Do you think this is one of your strongest maps in your vetoes there?
Yeah, Nuke's been one of our big ones for the last, I'd say, about 20 years. We used to only play it back in Source, and then
Nice.
you know, in this game, it's just kind of ported over. But a lot of teams, you know, they play Nuke a little bit strangely, in my opinion. So we like to abuse those teams that aren't necessarily holding upper correctly or not able to play that outside correctly. And usually you can figure out one of them. So ended up being outside this time, crushed them, ended up getting down lower whenever we wanted to, and then allowed me to kind of lurk around lobby and be a little bit of a nuisance, even though I had a couple moments in there where almost missed a couple upper shots. But we ended up cleaning it up and getting it done.
Better late than never, right? It's kind of cool
Always,
to
yep.
hear you saying that there, because it definitely felt like you guys were absolutely abusing them there on your T side there. Every time you would pressure over towards outside, they would weaken A and you'd strike A, or vice versa, go towards lower there. So it's pretty cool to hear you just kind of explain that. I was whole game long like, what's going on? But
Yeah, no, love to have them running around like chickens with their heads cut off. As long as we can shoot people in the backs, it doesn't matter how old we are, right? So as
absolutely
long as we can make that happen.
made it work. But I know I just kind of talked about your map pool a little bit there. Let me ask you, I was kind of looking at the maps that you've played so far this season here. Is it just kind of because you guys have a like kind of a sub-heavy roster that you guys have played so many, or do you guys like that you guys are able to play pretty much every map from what I was seeing there? Or tell me a little bit there.
Not to give too much away, but I mean the best way to win matches is to play the things that people don't pug on all day. So I mean, don't play
True.
Dust 2, don't play Mirage, try to avoid Inferno. Like if you can do that, you can pretty much kind of control the pace of any game you play. That's been my philosophy for the last probably 15 years. So avoid the pug maps, and usually you end up finding some success. And luckily, like Nuke, and with the unfortunately now with Ancient, we suck at it compared to the new meta. But wait, that's turning into one of those maps where we're trying to avoid it a little bit. And if we can keep it on
Fair.
Nuke Anubis, and if we can keep it on Nuke Anubis, we'll be all right. But this is one of those other ones squeaks through. It's a little bit sketchy.
Easier said than done for sure. But yeah, I definitely just wanted to pick your brain a little bit. Was a little curious on that. But those are kind of all the main questions I had prepared here for you. Unless you want to shout anything out before we wrap it up here.
Yeah, shout out to the boys doing well tonight. That's what we love to see. As long as we keep that going, we'll be just fine.
Absolutely, it's all you can ever ask for, right? But I appreciate everyone for tuning in up to this point. And thanks again, Shake, for spending some time out of your night here. We're gonna call it a night here.
Thanks,
Ready for
Cash.
that next match.
Appreciate
no
it.
problem. Till next time. Peace.